Three, two, ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back to the Paranormal Misfits podcast.
Hello. All right. So, as everyone knows, this podcast is part of the You Run Podcast Network, where you can find all sorts of amazing and fun podcasts just like ours. So check them out in the show notes. And then, with that being said, welcome to Paranormal Misfits Podcast, where the curious roam, the weird feels at home, and horror is just another day in the office. I am one half of this duo, Chrissy.
And I'm the other half.
Look at that coconut make a hole.
My God, stop. My name is Nino Daniel, and this is your intervention. I'm kidding.
We've been doing them a lot. No.
We've been doing that. Between both of our day jobs, Jesus. Jesus. For anyone who's wondering what timeline we're in, Valentine's Day was yesterday.
Yes, it was. It was. We all hope that you had a great Valentine's Day, even though this is now
Could
April.
you imagine if I was like, I actually don't hope that you did? Like,
I think it's terrible. No.
I hope it sucked. No, I'm kidding.
I hope your Galentine's was not fun. The chocolates were melted. No.
And I hope your chocolate-covered strawberries were infused with like asylum husk and you shit yourself at night.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah. What else was I going to say? Any top of the episode shout outs?
Top of the episode shout outs. Shout out to our husbands. These are probably the most supportive motherfuckers ever.
This motherfucker. My husband is my favorite place to sit. So, he got me this, and I'm literally holding it now. It's a DJI Osmo. It's one of those little cute little vlogging cameras. And when I tell you, watching the playback on, because you can set it up as an app on your phone, you're supposed to, and I can watch on my phone what the camera is recording. So if I need to step away, bitch, content creation is about to look so fucking good.
It's gonna be amazing.
When the camera turns to you, you can see all 13,000 gray hairs of mine. It's insane. If anyone has any recommendations on the hair dye that you can blend with your shampoo, drop it in the comments. Speaking of trying to look fashionable, I want to get us into today. Yes, but shout out to our husbands. And also, hey, before we get started, make sure to click the show notes, purchase the merch, leave us a 5-star review, subscribe, and follow. But if you follow us to our addresses, I have a crossbow.
Yeah. It doesn't do very well shooting from Arizona to Florida, but he's got a crossbow.
In the event that someone is in Arizona... yeah, so just make sure if you're able to purchase the merch, do it. If you're not, that's okay. Subscribing and following and liking and commenting and sharing is completely free. We appreciate that so much.
Oh yeah. And
if you are a brand or business looking to get sponsorship opportunities through Paranormal Misfits Podcast, click the show notes, send me an email. I double dog dare you. Okay, today I have been wanting to do an episode on this individual
for a while.
I've been talking about her for I think since season 1. So does anyone in the audience, do you guys know who Michele Lamy is? Awesome.
Okay, cool.
Michele Lamy. She is, just like a quick little background, born February 5th, 1944 in Jura, France. She had come from a family where her grandfather was curating accessories, and Michele studied law during the 60s and 70s, and she actually practiced law. Like, she's a lawyer. I don't know if she still has her bar or license or whatever. I don't know if it's chocolate or something. I don't know. But she was a defense lawyer. Yes. Okay. And I basically was like, okay, Gothic Elle Woods. The reason why I say Gothic Elle Woods is because Michele Lamy is now married to Rick Owens, the fashion designer.
Oh, okay. There we go.
We'll get into him. But for little Miss Michele, I'm just a lawyer born in France. Oh, are you? You're not. So she was married originally. The first time she was married to Richard Newton, who's a filmmaker, for 13 years. I think that went from 1990 to 2003.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because he died or because they like separate. I have no idea. Oopsies.
Oh no.
Oh no. But were you got in the shower? Literally.
No.
To negate mens rea.
Oh,
Anyways,
geez.
she began working with Rick Owens as her fashion business partner, to which they later moved to Paris, settled down, married, and it's reported Lamy only has one child. For just privacy reasons, I decided to leave that person's name out because of the nature of what we're talking about today. Not too bad, right? A French woman in fashion. What could be like so bad? We don't know. So we're not gonna, like, when it comes to her fashion reviews,
Okay.
we're not gonna take any way of her hard work.
Right.
But I want to ask you this: what do you know about her?
Only what I've seen, which is like she looks like an occultist. She's got like those fingers, you know, and she's very short, and like, if I'm not mistaken, her teeth are black.
Her teeth are like, she has like gold in her teeth.
Is it gold? Because it looks.
Sometimes they're black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
okay. I see, and for me, I wasn't sure if that was like actual, you know, like she let her teeth go, or like if it's.
I mean, she's French.
Yeah. I mean, what I know most about her is her associations with a lot of very popular, well-known Rihanna, Jay-Z, Beyonce,
Cardi B,
yeah,
Nicki Minaj.
yeah, like,
We'll get into that in the second half, but this is a good preface.
yeah,
This is a really good preface. So going into her fashion reviews, no one's, again, going back to what I was saying, no one's taking away any of her hard work. Like, she's globally known as a fashionista. She's a designer. She's a curator. She's a model. She looks like Linda Evangelista. The judges love her, right? But what about her fingers? Going back to what you had said, those black ink fingers. She did that to stay true to the Rick Owens brand. Do you know anything about Rick Owens?
I'll be honest, I really don't.
Until I saw the picture that I saw,
Okay.
I was like, I didn't know that was Rick Owens. So, Rick Owens, who is known for having Satanist/occult markings on his fashion works, right? Well, back in the year 2021, Owens did a collaboration campaign with Converse, and he gave them a bit of a redesign, a little boost, a little elevation, right?
Okay.
So he the redesign featured a whole bunch of pentagrams and people in demonic makeup as a means of Rick expressing that other beliefs exist. My question is, okay, sure, but why the fucking fashion? The picture in question has two people that were photographed upright. They were photographed correctly, but the way that they were posing, they flipped the photo and it was a pentagram. And again, me of all people on this podcast, like the God-fearing person talking about pentagrams and demonic stuff. I just feel like this has to get out. Like, bruh. It's not something that sits well with me. And then on top of that, you have someone who, and I want to get into this again in the second half of the episode, but like, this shit's weird. This shit is weird. And then Michele Lamy herself, God bless her. No, literally, God bless her. Not whatever the fuck Rick Owens is doing, but Jesus bless her. She's more so known as like an eccentric.
Yes, I can see that because I
She's
just
very, I'll fucking wear the fascies and this and that and yeah, yeah. But what I don't understand is why all of this shit. Like, she even said in an interview, she goes, like, what did she say? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm gonna get into that in a second. Sorry, I lost my place in my notes. I'm so sorry.
it's okay.
She likes wearing that, like, the thing that you just showed me, like the super, like, surrealist headgear, like this stuff with, like, horns and all of this stuff. Bitch, why?
But why the
So,
fingers?
oh,
Like,
there's a
oh,
thing.
there's
I'll get
okay.
to that at the end. um there's a whole bunch of the ways that she's expressing herself through fashion that has clearly, like, earmarked and vision marked people to be like, who the fuck is this person?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, okay, cool, she's Rick Owens' wife, business partner, XYZ, all these things. Why is she dressing like this? Why is she so dark? Why is she so gothic? And, like, I get it, like, all this, like, oh yeah, life, and it doesn't have to be in color, and you can do things in, like, the blacks and the golds and the browns and the beiges
Mm-hmm.
and the grays and the teals and the metal. I get it. 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 But I also don't want to. Do you know what I mean? Like, so there's been enough discussion about, like, her in fashion.
Okay.
I think I want to, like, take a moment and maybe take a little peek into the people in the clothing.
Okay.
So, are you, like, a fan of watching these, like, fashion shows and stuff, and, like, New York Fashion Week and Paris Fashion Week and all that? So, do you ever see glimpses of it?
I've seen glimpses, yes. I have seen glimpses. I'm not like the biggest fan, mainly because like we're showcasing it's great art, right? Fashion's art. Um, Pricing and stuff. It just looks like I'm one of those
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, girl, I was like, you stitch shit together and you want me to pay $750?
Yes, or over thousands and thousands for a t-shirt
A
or
t-shirt.
mm-hmm.
Speaking of t-shirts,
Hi.
do you know, well, that ours, but, like, you know who just released a t-shirt?
That idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. On his
Mr.
rant.
West himself.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, so, okay, for legal purposes, everything that we've talked about and everything we're about to get into, for legal purposes, is alleged.
Yes.
It's all
Remember that.
speculatory. It's all alleged. It's all, we don't know. We don't know. We weren't there. You can't sue us. Okay. So there are ties to Michele Lamy
Right.
and Hollywood
Yes. I know. I've
and
seen those videos.
cloning rituals.
Oh, I have not seen that.
Yeah, no one
Okay.
has.
Well, I
No one
mean, I haven't
has.
seen like a video explaining that. That's what I mean.
So I've seen a lot of, when I was doing research on this, a lot of who and what she is really rather on the speculatory side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing real good with words today. I'm doing a fucking stellar job, kid. So, again, all speculation, but it is rumored that Michele has ties to Hollywood so vested and deep that she helps celebrities get cloned.
Okay.
Okay? I
All
don't
right.
know much more than that.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Because
Because
I had questions and then you just gave me the answer, so I know
I don't
not to
know
ask
much more than
questions.
that. I've done a lot of, like, I was doing a deep dive on this biatch. I was like, who the fuck is this? Like, why does she dress like
Well,
she don't know how to dress?
so how did people come with that up with that assumption though of like cloning and her? What
Um,
is like what landmark event essentially happen for them to be like,
Well,
she's
okay, so
cloned?
this is why I bring up the fashion show thing. Have you like I have watched fashion shows before, and
Mm-hmm.
um not as like I'm gonna buy. I can barely fucking afford Target clothing, let alone haute
Right?
couture. But I have just seen all of these celebrities when she's in the room, when Michele Lamy is in the room. These celebrities like flock to her,
Yeah.
and I mean like Beyonce is walking over to
Kind of like the
her.
Anna Wintour thing where they all flock to Anna Wintour and all of that. Which is not,
Yeah,
yeah.
just
Okay.
not as
Yeah.
subdued because the people flocking to Michelle both fear her and want to be in her presence. If you've seen that recent video of her meeting with Cardi B,
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, Cardi looks slightly uncomfortable, which
I
she is.
mean,
I mean, listen, if I was at a fashion show and like a demonic Keebler elf was like, come take picture with me, I'd be a little concerned.
yeah.
I'd be a little concerned if someone who looked like they were fingering the back end of a coal miner's ass comes up to
Mm-hmm.
me and says, hey, take picture with me. I'd be a little concerny warnies.
I'll wait. Go
Okay.
ahead. Keep
Okay.
going.
So it's weird that you can't find anything else about
Right.
her cloning rituals, but it is reported that her expression of her gothic self is also an invitation to dark and demonic energies. I don't think you need to be a physicist to understand that two things can exist at once, and that is two of those things.
Mm-hmm.
If you're dressing like that,
Okay.
in my humble opinion, something is drawing you to dress like that.
I can see it. Okay.
Maybe one part of it's creative, maybe one part of it's like fuck the patriarchy and I'm gonna wear dark clothing, and the other part's like, how do you know how to draw a pentagram? How do you know how to make yourself look like a demon? How? You don't just know these things.
I mean, looking at pictures of her, she's,
Scary.
yeah. I mean, yeah. And short, like she'd take out some kneecaps.
She's shorter than Cardi B.
Cardi's short.
Cardi's a teensy weensy little thing. What is Michelle? Hold on, I'm Googling this. Because I'm like, actually, how tall is Cardi B? Cardi B's 5'3".
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Michelle Lemay's got to be like 4'11".
That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
She taller?
5'6".
Really? Who'd she lie to?
There's no fucking way she's
There,
5'6".
yeah.
Maybe Cardi was in heels. I don't know. But just like this picture alone, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
I know.
And the way like the nun thing is
Mm-hmm.
like folded back to make it look like it's horns and shit, like that's intentional.
Yeah.
Like if you, oh my god, there's so much more I'm going to get into, but like, okay, so black fingertips, because that's been a topic of conversation. Black
Mm-hmm.
fingertips, it apparently, from the research I've done, represents the dabbling entry into the occult. Meaning, like you have seen the black energy, the black spirit, and you have literally dipped your fingers into it.
Okay. Okay.
And maybe that's like, again, maybe that's symbolism to let everyone know, like, I am the entryway to the darker side that's going to give you everything else you ever wanted. Ain't no fucking way this bitch is pure. Ain't no fucking way. Allegedly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thoughts, comments, concerns, questions, qualms, queries, anything.
So like going back to the color, right? The color black, depending on,
Your interpretation.
well, it's not the interpretation, depending on the belief system behind it, right? Black is seen as a protective color, a protection to ward off bad energies. But like, I don't, I'm having a hard I'm having a hard time because she literally basically is just a shorter version of the artist we talked about, like, what, 2 weeks ago?
Marina.
Yeah. And like,
Marina is a actual fucking witch.
yeah. And like, so that, I guess that's the other part is maybe that's why I got them confused with Michelle and then Marina. One, because they both start with M's. They're both French. No,
Marina's Serbian.
Serbian.
Well, they're both like European. Yeah, like
They're both European. They're both like started in like an industry that didn't necessarily correlate to said industry they're now
they
in, and
both
all
have
of
jet
this
black
like,
hair. They both do eccentric things.
yeah.
There's a lot of correlation, and they both like worked in LA and New York at one time. They both have ties to Paris.
Now, how did we get to, aside from the fact that she was just trying to embrace the symbolism or whatever that Owens started, part of the brand, why is he so heavily invested in that type of imagery? Did
I
we
don't know.
ever?
So he does this because it was reported that he wants to put out there that different belief systems, that different religions exist. Okay, cool. I'm not denying that. If I
Right.
know I exist as a human, I sure as shit know a dog exists as a dog. Like, if I exist as a living creature, I know there's other living creatures. If God and Christianity and whatever you choose, well, for me, it's not so much Christianity, but if my relationship to God exists, then I know other people's beliefs and other people's
Yeah.
iterations of whatever spiritual like mechanism they're following also exists.
Right.
But why do you need to have this in fashion and
No,
on
yeah.
clothing?
That I agree with.
And bringing it back to, and this is a complete tangent, we're going to get back on track for a second, but going back to that freaking Celine Dion commercial. God loves Celine Dion, but there was a commercial where she was talking about clothing, and she's like robbing children, like she's like robbing children out of their ICU cradles.
Yeah, that's not weird.
What the fuck? And like, I love me a Celine Dion, like I love her, but this commercial is pretty recent. Like it's within the last like 10 years or so. Anywho, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I'm also trying to just like, I guess, understand how we went from like a lawyer kind of standpoint to like, I want to get into fashion to.
She was always like that though. She was always like, I just needed to. Oh, that's. I'll get into like
Okay.
how she like
Gets
gets
here.
here. I'll get into that in the second half because the second half is a little bit more harrowing. But
I mean,
so
it's also interesting because like I've never, like, the stuff that I've seen about Lamy, she's always walking next to a celebrity. It's never like,
incorrect. The celebrity is walking next to her.
well, I mean, based on the photos and stuff, that, not like photos, but like videos and stuff that I've seen, it's like walking for conversation.
Yeah, but she's not walking with them. They're walking with her.
Okay.
It's a power dynamic. So the marks, going back to her occult practices and the way she dresses.
Yeah.
Again, the black
like
ink, the black ink is the dabbling into like the, the dark magic, the black waters, the occult. The marks on her face could potentially mean that a spirit may enter or use her body as a vessel because she has been like marked with like the darkness. Remember how we that
I
conversation
do.
on Ouija?
So like here's my other part. If this is all for express, like, I don't.
If this is all
This is
for
all for
self-expression,
yes, like you're taking it
why are you
awfully far.
you're taking it, honey. You got into the Lamborghini and drove until it went to
Yeah.
E. Like
the black fingertips would have been enough.
I mean, people do, like rockers do that, like
Right.
rock stars do that. And sometimes it's like, I don't fucking know. Lord does it, not Jesus, Lord the
Right. Yes,
singer.
the singer.
She's done it for a while. She's like, I don't, it's punk rock, man. I don't know. She doesn't sound like that. That's more Charlie XCX. But like, that's,
No, I just.
anywho.
Okay.
So, She's seen with Cardi B, Jay-Z,
Uh-huh.
Beyonce, and many others, and they never not take a photo with her. They always assume responsibility of taking a picture with her. Like, I get it, you know, if like Karl Lagerfeld, God rest his soul, was still alive and, you know, he was in a room, people would be like, oh my God, Karl.
Yeah.
The way people are like, oh my God, Anna. But I'm talking everyone. Everyone's like, Michele. So, and then the fashion magazines that have articles come out on her are just way too pristine.
It's like way too curated.
Way too, like, some parts are like, oh, we got this type of exclusive, and you think you're getting to know her. Because like I did dozens of article read-throughs, everything from Vogue to Variety to Cosmo to everything.
Yeah.
It's a little too perfect. There's no inkling towards like, is this person even a human, because they have no mistakes about them. Anywho, we are going to take a quick little break. Make sure to click the show notes, purchase the merch, follow us wherever you're listening to your podcast, subscribe, give us 5 stars. It's all free. It all helps. Don't be a little bitch. And
dun, dun,
dun. Dun, 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 dun. We are going to be right back.
Hey everyone, Chrissy here. I want to turn you guys on to another one of our You Run podcast members. It's the Girl in the Game Movie podcast. You got 2 special hosts, Beck and Jay, and every Tuesday they drop a new episode where they pick a movie to talk about. So they're not just horror based and they're not just pop culture based. They cover all, including limited series TV shows such as The Fall of the House of Usher. And they discuss everything they like and don't like about the movies, the cast, the production, and more. You can check them out on YouTube and Spotify, and you can also check them out on yourunpodcast.com.
And we're back. That's
this lady
crazy.
Is wild, just wild.
Isn't she insane?
Was there any ties? Okay, so I know, like, when we were talking about the other one, Marina, there may have been a tie to Epstein.
May have.
There was. Was there? See, I can't
remember.
Allegedly. But, like, this screams like, I don't know. This screams like Epstein had more than just Maxwell. Like, it screams like
I make a joke about
very, like, interwoven web of just, like,
this shit
really
runs
weird
deep,
control.
babe.
Yeah.
Really, really runs deep. And it's like, you think that Epstein is the one controlling like the global whatever. This shit starts with the people you elect in your counties.
Yes.
This shit starts with the people who are planted in your communities. And I do mean planted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, you know that, right? Like, there are people who live amongst you.
Yeah.
In your community who are told what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, getting back into Michele Lamy, which I was listening to another podcast while doing research, and they pronounced her name as Michele Lamy. I'm like, oh, honey. Even I can't get that wrong. Anyways.
Oh, God.
Lamy and her beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
It has been documented that Michele states she does not know what a god is and only believes in her DNA and her genes because that's actual. Okay, cool. I can
respect that.
I can respect that. I can definitely boogie with it.
Yeah, science.
Obviously, because it's hello?
Right.
Like, how else do we exist other than like the deoxyribonucleic acids that are formed?
Nino pulling out his college education.
The fact that I have a science degree and I graduated triple honors flies over people's heads. I'm going to say that one more time. The fact that I have a science degree and graduated triple honors flies over people's heads. Like, I'm actually intelligent. It's crazy. Maybe not as much anymore because of the diabetes. But anywho.
But like, okay, So I would respect that, right, as her statement if we're not outwardly expressing occultism,
Baby. That's the
because
one.
those
That's the
do still
one.
have some sort of forms of deities and spirituals, and so
Well,
we're
think about it. The same way, like someone goes to a church, reads the Bible, prays upon God, prays to God,
yeah.
calls upon Jesus to answer questions and all of these things. How is that any different than going to some type of like forest looking thing, putting on some headgear, lighting some fires, opening up a book, signing your name in blood? That's still someone else's type of like deity practice of some sort. You wouldn't catch me fucking dead. Okay? Listen, I saw what happened during golf, and you won't even catch me in the Tiger of Woods, let alone some other fucking like ritualistic forest. Call back to Robert Eggers in his film The Witch.
Right.
So she may not, I mean, she stated that she does not know what a god is, yet she's so comfy dumphy being called a dark priestess or a witch. Again, a priestess and a witch are other like
Yeah.
iterations of religious terms.
Well, because, like, especially for a priestess, normally you are a priestess towards some sort of higher.
Something bigger than you. Hello. So she's also married to Rick Owens, who is a known Satanist.
Okay, there it is.
Also, I
Thank you.
rebuke Satanism in the name of Jesus Christ, in the name of the Lord. So from law school, and this is how she got to LA. So from law school to reading a book or hearing a song that told her to go to LA and start stripping.
That's some really good drugs. Like, she was on some shit.
I'll have none of what she's having.
No.
I mean, I'm sure in the 70s it was very easy to afford, but nowadays, like an Ozempic dosage is like $250.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and I ain't trying to get that lean. That's also a drug joke. Thank you. Yes, again, the jokes are layered, and I grew up in the school of Nicki Minaj. That's why I'm an amazing comedian. She like actually like leaned her whole head back, y'all.
Oh my god.
She said, "Oh yuck." So, oh my god. So from law school to stripping to wanting to make purposefully culty clothing. Like she actually said that, like in an interview, she's like, I wanted to make cult followed clothing. And I'm like, well, you did. And then you embodied it, allegedly. Some refer to LeMay as the biblical Jezebel.
Okay.
She has influence.
Mm-hmm.
She has power.
Right.
And she has complete control over the people around her, including the man she's married to. A Jezebel. Going back to like one thing about me, we might take this episode and talk about the demons and the Satanists. We're gonna talk about Jesus. Like one thing about me, I do not mess with him upstairs. Okay, I do not. I learned my lesson. I made a joke about God, and I got slapped with like a criminal speeding ticket.
Yeah. There we go.
So, though she's expressed she has no beliefs, though it's known that she's eccentric, her work teeters, like we've said this whole episode, on being very occult.
I have a problem when someone like tries to. I don't have any belief. Like, yes, you do.
Yeah, you do. Everyone has beliefs, bitch.
Yeah, like
some people believe that Hunter Biden was snorting Parmesan cheese. Like some people believe that.
Like today.
That's what I love about being politically independent. I just fuck with everyone.
Everybody. I did. Yeah. Like if that's the case, if she has no beliefs, then why are we so heavy-handed in one centric belief?
Yeah, why not wear white?
Or, if this is painted,
take it off.
Wash it off.
Right now.
Like I don't
Go to Bath and Body. Get the Vanilla Bean Noel. Get the Vanilla Bean Noel soap at one of their fucking like low pressure sinks.
I want you to hold a bar of Florida soap and see what happens. Just like
I want you to I know she's like she's fucking dipping her hands in the occult with those fucking black fingertips. I want you to dip your hands in Fabuloso.
Yeah. I want to see.
Fucking
I want to see.
Strike that shit down.
Strike that
shit the fuck down.
I want you to grab the Jesus candle that you can get at the Dollar Tree.
Ma'am, what you can go to Publix for? Can you believe they're selling Jesus candles at fucking Dollar Tree?
They do.
My Lord and Savior. Oh my God.
Oh, I want to see a salt circle. I want to show me the things that you don't believe in. I want to see you
hold a Bible.
Right. Just step on some holy ground.
With those black fingertips, I want to see you hold a leather-bound Bible, preferably from a Holiday Inn hotel or a Hilton where they keep them in the drawers, because that's the real stuff. I'm just kidding. Go to a church. So, in my opinion, as we get to like the wrap up for today.
Okay.
From the devil ears to the smirky fingers, imagine going camping with her. Only you could prevent forest fires.
Oh, God.
Unless you're starting an occultist circle. To being seen with everyone in Hollywood who has ties to the occult. Beyonce, a known witch. Mm-hmm. Jay-Z, a known recruiter. Okay? It's almost impossible not to see Michele Lamy as guilty by association.
It's not even association at this part.
It's not even association. She's the fucking rubric.
Right.
Allegedly. For legal purposes, this is alleged and speculative.
That's right.
They're going to listen back to this episode and be like, what the fuck is Nino on? I got rest, folks. I got real good sleep.
He got real good sleep when his cat pissed him off.
Real good sleep, and my cat is about to be orange chicken the next time he fucking tries some shit. Anyways. Listen, again, I'm no lawyer. This is all alleged. She states she cannot recall as to why she was driven from Paris to LA, New York, but something called out to her. I think, I'm not going to do this anytime soon because I get very weary, but I think there's an opportunity to explore her family's background.
Yes.
I want to know, like, the same way I'm curious as to, like, when, like, what made Ghislaine Maxwell transition from, like, playing with toys in the yard to, like, sex trafficking kids and teens.
Right.
That's what I'm curious about. I literally just made the joke before reading my little script. But yeah. So I'm going to read it anyway, but it says, maybe there's another French woman with ties to sitting in cars, you know, traffic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waving at you, Ghislaine Maxwell. I really need to read my little scripts before I fucking start making these jokes. Because this is like, I'm so passionate about this stuff. Like, I'm so like, there's no way on God's green earth that you are not associated. If you've seen the artwork she likes to be near, if you've seen the artwork installations in her house, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? What in the John Podesta? Is it John Podesta?
Isn't that what you said? I think so.
Yeah. What in the John Podesta are you doing with this artwork?
What's the age gap between her and her husband, current husband? Because she looks older.
Okay. I got you, babe. I got you. I actually don't got you because Google is... Okay. How old?
And then on top of that hairline he's got, like, homie, shave it all off.
Honey, just go.
Just go bald.
First thing that comes up, how old is Trump? That's not what I wanted. I'm just typing in how old, and it goes, Trump is 78. And I'm like, Google, that's not...
Like, that's not what I was asking for. You're not listening very well today.
Not. How old is Rick Owens? Rick Owens is 63.
Okay. How old is
Michele Lamy is 81.
Good God.
That's what, 18 year?
That's like, almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years.
because I was like looking at the photos and I'm like, there's got to be an age gap.
Got to.
Like,
there's enough time between them for someone to legally start drinking in Europe.
yeah.
That's no.
I'm gonna end up rabbit hole down to a wonderland I probably don't want to be a part of.
Hey,
but I need to like figure out how
let me
these
know
two
when you
met. Help.
do. Let me know when you do so I don't come with you. That's crazy.
Crazy. Okay.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
What the I didn't realize that was the age gap because I was like, oh, Rick Owens, he's probably like, I would have been like, yeah, he's in his like 70s. Bitch is 63. Right? That's what he said, right? That's what it said.
That's what
it was
she
63.
said. 63 and she's 81.
81. That's 18 years.
Jesus.
That's an 18-year age gap. Not that there's anything, but usually, dare I say, the man is older?
Usually. I mean, there are cougars, but...
Talk to Epstein. Oh, you can't! Also, notice how Ghislaine hasn't been mysteriously suicided?
No, but I'm waiting. I'll keep my comments to myself.
You don't have to. You can just say it.
Diddler. I'm waiting for Diddler's Day.
I'm waiting on Diddler's Day. I'm watching the Peacock thing.
Are you? I was planning on watching it too.
It's nothing that we don't already know because they're doing the same thing with these Diddy documentaries that they did with Britney's conservatorship. Like they're just recycling the same information, but they have way more people being interviewed in the Diddy documentary on Peacock than they did anywhere else.
Peacock's not the only one. I want to say on Tubi. I found it on Tubi. I think.
There's 3 of them on Tubi.
Yeah, where one of them was like
Aubrey's on like all 3 of them.
Yeah, no, it was a girl. I don't even think she was in the like music videos or anything. They were just like, "Hey, you want to come to this party?" And she like,
oh yeah, and she talked about like the anyways. Back to Michelle.
Sorry, guys.
sorry. Tangy wangy today, Jesus. Okay. Let's get into some final thoughts. And no, I don't mean those hoes over there.
Oh,
damn it,
man.
Big question is it an act? Michele Lamy, is this an act? Is it?
It doesn't feel like it.
If there's no confirmation of it being an act, or if there's no confirmation of it being true, and you stay in the middle, typically, speculatively, allegedly,
right?
What are you doing there? What are you doing?
Like, it's okay if you believe in a different belief system. It's totally fine. However, don't act like you don't have a belief system though. Like you must have a very strong pull to this to have continued this for like she's been doing this for what was it since like at least the 90s?
Yeah. Prior, honey. Remember she had something call out to her to move to LA and start stripping. That was like in the 80s. This is decades. Okay. We're going into like 40 fucking almost years.
Right. So like nope, I'm not gonna.
No, we're in 40. We're in over 40 years of this. And mind you, she was a lawyer prior to that.
Yeah, a defense lawyer.
Mind you, the intelligence you have to have, the things you have to know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in fucking sane. Is it like is speculation and allegation enough to deem someone a witch or a Satanist? That's where like the moral compass of Nino Daniel kicks in. I can't just be like, oh, she's a Satanist. Right. But what I can say is that she's hanging around a lot of Satanists.
The association part, yeah. Guilty by association.
Guilty by association is a real fucking thing. Hello, you're a lawyer.
The outward appearance. Your outward appearance is not helping the allegations.
It's not helping, girl. That's
at all.
Kind of like Justin Baldoni saying he's so stressed about the Blake Lively case, goes on vacation, has photos of himself like topless and muscular. Listen, listen, I know everyone's gonna have different opinions, but and Chrissy, I will support you wherever you stand, but in this house we are Team Baldoni.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm rewatching all of these interviews with Blake.
Oh yeah. She was a Regina.
She's a little bit of a coont.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying allegedly, bitch. I'm saying it with my full chest. I have one bad pectoral and a pigeon chest dip, and I'm saying with all of it. Okay?
Okay.
And now that I've lost weight, I don't even have the moobs anymore. Anyways, so I need to remember this shit's recorded. All right. So
this will be one of those.
Yeah, this will be one of those where they're like, what the fuck?
Promos.
She has immense power in Hollywood, as does her husband.
So this is where I get really okay. Sorry, this is one of my, and it's more so a question because I don't think we're ever going to have an answer for it. How do fashion people have such a big pull on Hollywood? Because Marina,
I think it's the visual thing.
Is it the visuals? Is it
It's
just
the
like the attract? Like it pulls in people who are probably a little bit more on
It's the visual thing. It's that's rather than saying things outward.
Yeah.
You're saying it with the clothing that you wear. Like think about when Beyonce wore that dress that looked like she was wearing like the devil on her chest. This was like in a music video several years ago.
Okay.
And she wore something very like with horns and everything. And I'm like, why? Anytime I see horns, I don't think, oh, what a mythical, cute little centaur. We're going to go to Terabithia and we're going to go to fucking like Narnia and we're going to. I don't think of that. When I see something with two horns, I don't think of the creature that needs to kill Dolores Umbridge. I think of the devil. And maybe that's what they're trying to do. Maybe it's like, forget God. Think about the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. And you're right. Fashion is also, think about this, like whether or not we choose to agree with Meryl Streep's groundbreaking performance as Miranda Priestley, but all of the things that we wear are essentially chosen for us.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
The way the pictures are taken. Remember the Balenciaga ad?
Oh God, yeah.
Honey, it's all there. It's all visually priming you for when the things actually happen. You're like, oh, this is normal. This is art. This is whatever.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I have a hard time with fashion,
So girl, I'm shopping at Burlington the Foot.
Yeah.
People are like, haute couture. I'm like,
no. I just like, I don't.
Listen, as a refugee, I came to America wearing boat couture. Okay, like the fuck. That was a good one. I'm gonna keep that in a little comedy set.
Came in vintage.
Now listen, okay. One thing about me, my clothes was hand me down.
Okay.
I feel like if you have incredible influence in a town where people literally do horrific things, you yourself have in some way partaken on the action. Those are my final thoughts.
I'm not disagreeing with those final thoughts.
And you don't have to necessarily, sorry to interrupt you, but I want to say this. You don't necessarily have to physically partake in this.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing it's happening is partaking in it, in my opinion. Compliance. Yeah, literally, knowing something is happening is you being complicit.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why every single one of us who watch RuPaul's Drag Race is complicit in the fact that Angela should have won. Or Shangela should have won. Thank you, Jinx Monsoon. What are your thoughts before we wrap up for the day?
I mean, I'm on the same wavelength as you. The other thing, I just like I'm wondering how, because it's culty. Like, it's a culty, but it's culty.
Culty and occulty.
Yes, because it just feels like when you think of Hollywood's just one big cult.
Girl, the Hollywood tree being labeled Holly Weird, going into like the Grove, Bohemian Grove, like all the things that we've done. If you've really, audience, hi, this is a pop quiz. If you've paid attention to what we've talked about, the majority of the shit that either I or you tend to fall back to is in Hollywood.
Yes. Yes, it
and
is.
if it's not in Hollywood, like LA, it's entertainment. The industry, not the things that they do to people is not entertaining.
No. But yeah, no, that's where I'm at. She's like a rabbit hole you want to kind of like deep dive in, but you don't want to because you're like, I don't know if I really want to know that.
I don't know if I want that on my IP server.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want that in my Google search history.
I don't know if I really want to go down that Reddit hole or not.
Bruh.
I think I might leave it.
Bruh. So, anywho, today was basically an episode of just curiosity and alleged truth through opinion.
Yes.
I stand firm in what I say. If you know something is happening, this goes to everyone. This isn't just for the occultist and Hollywood elites who love listening to Paranormal Misfits podcast, where if you click the show notes, you can purchase the merch.
Buy a coffee.
You can buy a coffee. You can subscribe, follow, like, comment, share, send us suggestions, and also email me on becoming a sponsor for your brand or business through Paranormal Misfits podcast. But this goes for everyone. Like, if you know something bad is happening, and if you know someone is going to do something bad, you are complicit.
Yes, you take that bystander stance.
Michele Lamy, you know what these people are doing to these kids. You know what they're fucking, like, calling out to. You dress like it, girl. There's no, I would be turning in my uterus if this woman, Michele Lamy, picked up a Bible and started reading it. Never say never.
Never say never.
Yeah, you and your 20-year age gap with your husband. Anyway. What's the age gap between Trump and Melania? Hold on. Trump is 78, right? Because Google told me.
Google decided, boom, this is what you need to know.
Did you say Google or Kugel?
Google.
I thought you said Kugel. I'm like, oh, that's funny. Keep that.
Kugel is what she is, because that's what.
How old is Melania Trump?
No, I don't want to know. That's like 30 years, isn't it?
Trump is 78.
Yes.
Melania, 54.
Yeah.
What is that, 24 years? Yeah, 24 years.
Yeah.
A college graduate between the two of them.
Okay.
Again, listen, if I'm going to make jokes about people believing that Hunter Biden is snorting Parmesan cheese and has nothing on his laptop, we're going to go ahead and talk about the other side too. I'm an equal opportunity offender. Have you guys not learned?
Equal opportunity
I
offender.
really am. Some people are like, a vegetable can run a country. And I'm like, yeah, but someone just got appointed to do the Department of Government Efficiency while making a car that, like, essentially you sit in a battery. Hello?
Yeah.
Anyways. I don't want to lose too many followers. No, I'm kidding. But again, I'm going to make fun of everyone and everything. I think we know that. I think you and I, but we go in on everyone.
We know that.
We go in on everyone.
Oh, yeah.
We don't care.
No stone left unturned.
Honey, okay? Not even that demonic Keebler elf of a woman, Michele Lamy. Listen, this has been our episode today. Thank you so much for participating. Make sure to click the show notes, purchase the merch, leave us a 5-star review, follow, subscribe, leave us some comments. All of the support that you can do that's free, do it, or I'm sending La Llorona and Michele Lamy after you.
No,
I'd hate for you to see that. I would rather have La Llorona come to my house than fucking Michele Lamy, honestly. Because knowing Michelle, she'd be like, at this point, like, I'd sit on Ghostface's face.
Yep.
I mean, depends on which version.
Depends on which version.
Maybe a little Stu Macher. I don't know. I don't know. Just, oh God, I'm so bad. Anyways, I really did get rest today. Holy shit, I'm never like this peppy. I'm never this peppy. Maybe this is a new me. Maybe the same way Michele Lamy read her occultist book, I read the Bible. And like, anyways, any final thoughts, any last minute shout outs, anything you want to say before we hunker down and never look at a fashion magazine ever again?
Shout out to our listeners. Thanks for listening, guys.
Oh my God, listeners.
You're so awesome.
My little Audie potty. Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us be in your ear. Oh God, it's such a nice place. So warm and waxy.
Stop it. Stop it.
This, because I listen to all of our episodes, and like because I listen to our episodes when I go to the gym.
Yeah.
So this is like the perfect thing for me to do, because I'm literally like in the middle of my workout. I'm like, like me, and I'm pretty sure everyone around me in the gym is like, "Aw, they let like a Make-A-Wish kid in here. That's great." But we're just funny on here, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways, shout out to obviously my husband, shout out to Jesus, shout out to God, shout out to my Lord and Savior, shout out to the man upstairs, shout out to the person who provides me with faith, purpose, intention, security, safety, shout out to God. Shout out to God. I don't know if I said that again, but like shout out to Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, because I am not taking any of this conversation with me today.
Nope.
Shout out to Jesus. Shout out to Mary, Joseph, the Bible. Like just
all the things.
All the things.
All the things.
Shout out to the folks at Bethlehem and Nazareth. Like, I'm so seriously think I'm kidding. I do not want this energy to follow me. The fact that I even spoke on this today, oh my God. Anywho, but how can you be God-fearing and be so funny? Because you can. Okay? Anywho, we know that you don't want to leave. And honestly, I think I'm going to kick you the fuck out so I can go home. And on that note, we all can collectively take today and just creep the fuck on out. Love you. Bye.
Bye.